The Oklahoma Sooners men's basketball team is going to be taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks. It's going to be a very fun game, very exciting game. It's a very crucial game for the Oklahoma Sooners. They're going to have to win this one to bounce back after losing 4 in a row, all conference games. They're not doing so hot in the SEC right now. Let's talk about it here on the Sooner Spotlight. What is up, Sooner fans? Welcome into a very special edition of the Sooner Spotlight, where we are going to be watching the Oklahoma Sooners take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. Very excited. First time we're doing a watch party. This will be one of the only times that we're going to do these watch parties without any kind of paywall, anything like that. It's just we're adding some extra things for members only. So if you would, go ahead and sign up. That link is down in the description below if you'd like to become a member and have more of these watch parties. We will still do some of them just normal like this on YouTube, free and accessible to everyone. But to build a community, we are trying to get more members involved. So if you would, sign up and become a member today. What that does is it just gives back to this podcast so we can keep on growing, so that we can keep on, reaching out and growing a community here on the Sooner Spotlight. But today, totally free of charge. There is no extra charge to watch this watch party. Obviously, can't show the game. So whenever the tip-off becomes, once we get the tip-off, then I will let you guys know so you can sync up about the same timing. It's going to be delayed here on YouTube as we're watching this one live, but feel free to turn on your TV, grab your drink, grab your snack of choice, whatever the case may be. Grab it. Let's check it out as we watch the Oklahoma Sooners take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. Like I said, this is a very crucial game for the Oklahoma Sooners. You've got the Oklahoma Sooners with their backs up against the wall since starting SEC play, where really the Oklahoma Sooners, they have not looked good. And I started this narrative back whenever they lost to Alabama. I think when they lost to Alabama, you saw certain things with this team that just felt like they're not going to bounce back from this. It sounded like doom and gloom. It did. And I understand that. But ultimately, what we saw with Alabama was a team just completely give up. We saw a team not show any kind of fight throughout the entirety of that game, and that whole game just felt like the Sooners didn't really show any sign of life, against a good team. And of course, I think Michigan was a good team. I think they fought their way back in that game after being down quite a bit in that game. And Jeremiah Fears with the big time the 4-point play that he had, amazing stuff. And we've seen glimmers of hope from this Oklahoma Sooners team, but overall, we haven't seen them fight when we're talking about the SEC play. We haven't seen them show a fight for the entirety of the game. So that's what we're looking for today against the South Carolina team that has also kind of struggled. They're also 0-4 in conference. This is an opportunity for the Oklahoma Sooners to bounce back. This is an opportunity for them to make their statement and have that first win in SEC play. Much like what we saw with the Oklahoma Sooners in football, you've got a chance to get one win under your belt, and do something. And that's really what they need out of this game. Maybe it's not exactly what they're searching for, but they need something to go right in order for them to get back on track. And at this point, the Sooners are still projected to be in the lineup for March Madness. They're going to be there in March. They're going to be on the bracketology as of right now, but that's only projections, and the Sooners need to win at least 8 in-conference games, and it's not really looking promising at all at this point. So this is a way for them to bounce back. I said before this, really before the Texas game, out of Texas, South Carolina, and Arkansas, Oklahoma needs to win 2 of those 3 games in order to bounce back. Now they've put themselves up against a wall where they have to win 2 straight out of these 2 games between now South Carolina today and Arkansas next week. They have to win these 2 games to get themselves back on track with the on track. That doesn't mean that they're going to make it because they have to still win quite a bit after that. And I won't jump too far down on the schedule after today to see what they've got, just because really that doesn't matter. Today is what matters the most, and then after that, you've got to win next week. I think those are the 2 most crucial games, because after that you go at Texas A&M, and that's where we just witnessed Texas A&M fight back in what feels like a 20 point loss, because the Oklahoma Sooners had an 18-point lead, and then you go down through SEC play, and the SEC is a very tough conference, and we talked about this in football. They're a tough conference in all sports. They're an extremely tough conference in basketball this season in particular. And you go down the list, of course, Vanderbilt should be a winnable game. It's at home, so you should be able to win that one. But then you've got Auburn, who is the number 1 team in the nation currently, and playing like it. This is not an Auburn team to take lightly. We will talk with some of our friends over at the War Report to talk about that game. And as of right now, I'm not expecting any kind of upsets, because Oklahoma can't even pull off the win against Texas, and really a game that has no big key takeaways. There is no moral victories when it comes to, you were down 23 points and you only lost by 4, but hey, I don't take moral victories. We didn't win the game. And more particularly, you didn't win against your arch nemesis. You didn't win against your rival, Texas, and now in-conference rival still. I guess remaining in-conference rival. So, upcoming down the road, you've got Auburn, who's the number 1 team, Tennessee, who's the number 6 team in the nation, who held the number 1 spot for quite a bit this season. Missouri is no joke, in LSU again, and Florida, number 5th ranked team currently. Going down the list, what my point is, this is not an easy schedule going forward. So today is very crucial for the Oklahoma Sooners as they take on South Carolina. And I do want to stop real quick as we're previewing this Oklahoma versus South Carolina men's game, and give a little bit of a shout out also to the women. We haven't really talked much about women's basketball, and it actually kind of threw me off today as I was looking at the time and trying to figure out what's going on. Women's basketball takes on South Carolina, arguably one of the best women's basketball teams in the nation for the past 3 or 4 years at the very least. One of the best teams. So Oklahoma women's basketball takes on South Carolina women's basketball tomorrow at, I believe that's 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to tune in for that game too. I know we're focused on men's basketball. I think that's just kind of like the bigger moneymaker, the bigger attraction, and I understand that. But women's basketball is doing extremely well. Honestly, women's sports in general just seems to be doing better than men's sports in general right now. So a huge shout out to the women's basketball team right now. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. I don't know if I'll be able to do a watch party for that as well. But if there is a watch party, that will be a members only. So again, if you want to do more watch parties like this, a great way to contribute to this podcast, help us keep on growing, is becoming a member. It's just $4.99 a month. All that does is keeps the lights on here. It keeps us running, and we're able to keep on growing, and not just growing for us, but growing for you guys. Because honestly, a lot of this growth is trying to give back to Sooner fans, trying to build a fan base with Sooner Nation. And that's the big thing. Apologies, I'm trying to adjust the seat on this chair. Doing it from the office today, so instead of the studio. So we're trying to do this a little bit different. But what becoming a member does is it's a way for us to try to put that money back into building a community for Oklahoma fans. And I don't ever want this to become a thing where you guys think I'm an insider. That's not the case. I get information from insiders and report on that, give you my thoughts, my opinions on things. A lot of what I have to say is just from my knowledge on sports. I'm more well versed with football than basketball or even baseball, but I love the Oklahoma Sooners, and that's what we're trying to build here on this show. So obviously, putting on things like this, watch parties, behind the scenes, and stuff like that. We're going to do a lot more for members as we get down to it. But right now, watching the Oklahoma Sooners, it actually just now turned on where we're seeing the Sooners. Let me go ahead and turn on my volume. You guys won't be able to hear with me, but turn on my volume so I can hear what's going on with the game. Looks like we got Perry Clark and Dave Neal commentating on the game today. It's on ESPNU, so hopefully you guys got it. Turn it on your TV or on your phone, however you watch the game. Turn it on, watch with us as we watch the Oklahoma Sooners take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. We're going to be doing the first half here as a watch party. Second half will first depending on viewership, and then also the second half will also depend on I guess a little bit on how the game's going. We might end up having to turn it off just for too much excitement. We might have to turn it off because not enough excitement. We'll see. But first half absolutely will be a watch party here where we can join in the chat. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Very excited. But jumping back to a preview of this game before we get to it, South Carolina has been in the same boat since getting into SEC play as the Oklahoma Sooners right now. Both of us 0-4. This is a big game for both these teams, which just goes to show how much harder both of these teams, Oklahoma and South Carolina, are going to be performing. You've got a huge momentum boost on the line right now where you're in this losing hole. You're in this losing streak for both teams, and specifically a losing streak in conference, which is even worse. So it's really going to come down to who wants it more, who wants to get out of this losing streak more, who wants to fit in with the SEC play more, and ultimately both teams need to get on a winning streak right now. When you talk about just in general with March, I guess. Starting off with March, I think that's the one that every team is looking closely at, seeing where they line up when it comes closer to March. And honestly, part of looking forward to March is looking at your conference, seeing what you've got going in conference. Is it enough to keep you alive in conference, or is it not? And that's a huge part of right now in the season. Where are you at in the conference? Because if you're not in the top of your conference, you have a much slimmer chance in making it to March. And honestly, with Oklahoma, I don't think anyone expected this team in particular, as of this year, to win a national championship. But what we've seen with Porter Moser over the years is we see a lot of hype in the preseason. We see maybe a little bit of promise starting. And as that promise keeps on going, we start off at 10-0, and this season starting off at 13-0, and then you just see exactly what we're seeing this year in conference. And that's the concerning thing, is that Porter Moser has put together a talented roster year after year, and we see talented players year after year. This year, you've got guys like Jeremiah Fears, Jalen Moore. You bring in Jeremiah Fears being one of the new guys, the new faces, and it being a young guy. And then also we even saw a little bit of Dayton Forsyth last week and seeing what he's able to do. And Porter Moser is putting together a very good roster this season. And this is a roster that deserves a chance in the March bracket. This is a roster that is capable of winning a couple of games in March when it comes down to making it to the tournament. And the frustrating thing about that is that we're not seeing that translate in this season. We're not seeing that translate into what they're capable of doing, what they're able to, what they've been showing us on the court. And the biggest thing that they need to do today is starting off on a fast note. They have to get going quickly. They have to, what we saw with that Texas game was just getting behind too fast and too early, putting yourself behind and 23 points behind at that. Getting yourself back to that point where we can take a moral victory knowing that, hey, you guys played your hearts out, but you need to take that moral victory and start to put it to a true victory, because those moral victories don't really mean anything when it comes down the stretch. Those moral victories don't get you to the tournament in March. And, they're showing it right now. Porter Mosier, his fourth season, and just barely over 50% as a win, in a win percentage. But tip-off is about to start, and the tip-off is now. So if you want to tune in, it looks very dim in there, and I don't know if that's just on TV or if that's truly dim inside the stadium right now. But if that was the case, then they really ought to get that fixed. But again, tune in, turn that on your TV or your phone, flip this on the vice versa, and we'll get this thing going. But right there off the bat, miss, and Oklahoma Sooners not able to capitalize. Big thing, too, is playing big down in the paint, not allowing them to do anything in the paint, and that's something that they've broken off of. I think the defense just has been very, very. I don't know how to say it in a proper and maybe not so doom and gloom language, but the defense has just been terrible in conference play specifically. And that's one thing that I'm looking for today. Are we able to play bigger? Are we able to play a little bit more physical without getting too much, too many fouls? That's the big thing. Right now, you've got Sam Godwin, Jalen Moore, Duke Miles, Bryson Goodine, and Jeremiah Fears on the court. There's a good bucket down low. That's what we need to see more from. We haven't seen Sam Godwin really play like a true big here in this since conference play. We really need to see him turn it around. He's not been playing good. He's been playing kind of. I will compare his play in conference play to what we saw from Bauer Sharp this past season in football. And hopefully that's a good comparison for you guys. And not a cut down towards Sam Godwin, not a cut down towards Bauer Sharp, although I guess we don't really have to pay any kind of patronage to him anymore as he's moved on to LSU. But I feel like Sam Godwin, Bauer Sharp, the comparison, just because in conference play, there's a three and it's a miss. Man, you've got to make that shot. That's a wide open one. I think that was Jalen Moore that took the shot. But, in conference play, Sam Godwin has not played physical. And when he is playing physical, he's playing careless, and very carelessly when he's playing physical. And just right there, you see an open man down in the middle of the court. He gets back there, but it's too late. He's not big enough to play with the bigs in the SEC, and it's showing very, very true. Man, it's been pathetic. Nice floater from Jeremiah Fears. I would really like to see him just take over. Jeremiah Fears, I feel like he's been kind of sloppy when he's coming down in the paint. He hasn't been holding onto the ball as well. We've seen a lot of sloppy turnovers. I call them giveaways. So that's definitely something that we need to cut back on. That's been the big reason why we haven't been able to close out late, is because of the sloppy giveaways that Oklahoma has done. They shoot for a three, and that was just contested. That was not a good shot. Jeremiah Fears being careful, but just turn on the jets and go down low. That's what I want to see from him right there. Again, I felt like, he could have turned that around. 17:20 on the clock right now, so if you want to sync up with where I'm at, there was a missed shot from Oklahoma. Didn't see who got the shot off. But, yeah, this is so far turning out to be about the game that I would have expected. Close contested, and again, South Carolina's an opponent that we can beat. We should beat. There again, you see just Sam Godwin not playing as a big good enough down low. Bryson Goodine with the three. I want to see him hit those today. That was a great make, an outstanding make. I want to see more of that from him today. That's what we need to see. He's been kind of cold the last several games, so we need to see a little bit more from him. There's a shot from South Carolina, and again, an easy rebound, not even a difficult rebound. Oklahoma misses an easy rebound right there and just gives it back to them. That's unacceptable. Right there you see, they show a replay of Sam Godwin just not playing smart defense. You're the big. You have to be the big man down low and play the paint. You can't let another big man get the ball in the paint and expect Bryson Goodine or Jeremiah Fears, really another guard, any of the guards, really anyone on the court. You can't really expect them. And I'm trying to remember how to pronounce number 5's name. Is it Waggy? Go ahead and pronounce. Help me with the pronunciation there in the comments. Right there, he just has a big tip. Find him down low. Not found quick enough. I think that was Bryson Goodine with it there. Yeah, I mean, it just a really good play to get the bucket there. Oklahoma's up 9-4 now. Love to see that from them. They're fighting really well in this game so far. That's what we've got to keep on going with. Right now, for me, it's kind of turning blurry too. So apologies. I'm trying to see what exactly is going on. I'm not even able to see players' names right now on my screen, but I can blame that on my internet or blame that on YouTube TV for whatever the case may be. So commercial break. All right. So far what we're seeing, like I said, I feel like we don't have enough bigs to be able to play physical down low. I think that's been a big issue for Oklahoma for a while now, is that we just don't get big enough players that are able to play that tough defense down low and keep other teams out of the paint. So far, we've seen Sam Godwin get switched up and taking a smaller guy and helping on defense when I don't think it's really necessary, and then another big guy gets the ball with a smaller, maybe a guard on him, rather than sticking with the big man and just play man to man and trust your guy when he's stuck on him. And I think it's just been not smart defense from Sam Godwin. That's all I've got for him right now. See, I'm going to pull box score up so we've got that in front of us. So far, we've seen Sam Godwin get 2 points, which is awesome. I want to see him getting the ball down low. We saw Waggy. I can't remember exactly how to say Mohammed's name. Again, help me pronounce his name, because I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, and I should have looked it up. But Mohamed Waggy, I saw him down low just now. Goodine didn't quite see him quick enough. But anyways, we've got Sam Godwin with 2 points, Jalen Moore with 2 points, Jeremiah Fears with 2 points, and Bryson Goodine, 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. So right now, looking very good. We need to keep on seeing that happen. I'm getting behind on my side, so apologies. Let's see if I can't refresh and get myself back caught up. But so far, I mean, Oklahoma's out to a quick start. That's what we want to see. That's something that we absolutely need, is to get to a quick start. Can't have Oklahoma starting off slow. You've got to get points in the first half, and that's something that honestly they've started slow all season long. And in the beginning, first 13 games, that was okay because they were going against inferior opponents outside of Michigan. I would put Michigan in the bracket of good teams. Really, the only good team that I can think of that we've beat, and you can allow that to happen against mediocre to not so great teams. You can't allow that to happen against good teams or great teams. And so far against the good teams that we've faced, very good teams, Alabama, and we also played Texas A&M. Who else did we lose to? I know it was Texas. Texas we should have won. And then Georgia, another very good team right now. Just the SEC is tough, and against these tough teams, We've gotten off to those slow starts still, and we've got to get out to a quicker start. This is how you do it. And right now, South Carolina, I would say, is a team that we have no business losing to. We have every bit of business to win this game, and we'll see how it ends up. But I think this is a game that we have to win, and so far, we're doing that. It's just I still see some improvement, some things that we could fix for the Oklahoma Sooners right now. But let's see how they adjust. Let's see how they keep on moving forward. South Carolina, 15-52 with a shot at the charity stripe. Conyers at the line, number 21 for South Carolina. Makes the first one. It's 9-5 now. Makes the second one 9-6 as I see that bounce pop up on the screen, but not on the stream yet. That's another thing that Oklahoma has not done well at, specifically last game. Against Texas, they were not shooting well against Texas at the charity stripe. That's got to improve. It was an absolute, travesty behind the line, at the charity stripe for Oklahoma. Could not get anything going there. They got to the line plenty of times and should have been able to do well. Jeremiah Fears drives in. That's what we need to see from him. There we go. We need to see him drive in, take control of the offense. I like to see him being confident and getting good passes out, but what I want to see from him more is just playing smart basketball. Don't try to look for the pass if it's not there. I feel like he hasn't been confident for much of this SEC play so far. We need to see that confidence boost. He had a pretty good game against Texas. Sloppy offense from South Carolina, and there's a possible takeaway that Oklahoma just lets slip through their hands. You've got 3 guys there, and we can't come up with that. That has to be a takeaway. Right there, I like to see that kind of hesitant, but then you show the commitment and just go with it. Don't back away from the commitment. Once you see that lane, take it. Go with it because you're faster, you're better than them. That was a shot clock violation, but right there, that was just pathetic that we let them. That would have been a South Carolina rebound. The rebounds have been the biggest thing. Turnovers right there. I think you've got to be able to crash the glass. You've got to be more confident. You've got to play bigger on the glass. That one should have gone out to Fears. Jeremiah with a heat check. I don't hate that shot, but it wasn't a good shot selection. I'll be honest with that. I don't hate it from him, but it wasn't a good shot selection at all. Got to be smarter with that. That was almost a given up rebound. Shoot that. Kobe Elvis with a 3. There we go. We got to see that. Got to get him going. Free throw percentage against Texas, 69.2%. Became very much better in the second half. Big turnover, breakaway, and a missed one. Glenn Taylor with the missed layup. Easy layup. Got to make that. Now they come back with a 3. Just a little bit behind what the play clock's showing at the bottom of the screen here, but I'm at 13:36 and a missed alley-oop, and then a missed rebound. Man, just sloppy play. I'm not even sure why we're going for pretty plays like that. Just make the bucket. Jeremiah Fears covering. Big man gets down low. I like that foul. I like that foul. You don't let him get the easy bucket. Be a little aggressive. As long as that didn't go on Sam Godwin, and I don't think it did. Sam Godwin's been the guy that we need him to play physical but stay out of foul trouble. That's been the big thing this season, and specifically in these last 4 games and going into this game. Don't get yourself into foul trouble. Right now we've got Nick Pringle. I think that's his name, right? Yeah, Nick Pringle at the free throw line. Misses the first one. All right. Got to have luck bounce our way sometimes, right? And that one right there, a ball don't lie. We've got to see these guys really bounce back here and not really bounce back. We've got to see them bounce back in this game, by winning this game. We've really got to see them keep this momentum going. They've gotten themselves to a quick start where I think they're doing well. I think right now, I think they're doing extremely well, and I'm seeing small adjustments, but we're not seeing big time adjustments yet. We're seeing them play consistent. We're seeing them play smart. We just need to see them keep on this trajectory. We can't let the momentum swing over to South Carolina in the way that we've seen other teams do it in the past. Got to get this going. Big three. That's a way to give up momentum if you allow threes. That was very soft coverage. Dayton Forsyth on the court right now. Love to see that from him. See what they can do here on offense. Looks a little sloppy. This is what we've seen a little too much of. Kind of playground basketball and a sloppy giveaway. Again, not a turnover, just a straight-up giveaway. Shot clock. Taylor kind of fumbles it there. Not good. All right, let's see what we can do here on defense. Sorry, I'm trying to get this up and going. All right. I do think that with Dayton Forsyth in there, I think what you see is his heart and determination on defense for sure. He definitely has a fire that he plays with that I love to see from him. Love to see it. You see how he sticks on. Wow, there we go, Sam Godwin. Play big. Big block. That's what I mean. That's the aggressive play we've got to see from him without getting the foul. Just smart. And we know he's capable of it. That's what's frustrating. Again, that's where I kind of make my comparison with Bauer Sharp, is because we know what Sam Godwin's capable of, just like we knew what Bauer Sharp was capable of. Playing big, down low, gets the two, Sam Godwin. But we know what Sam Godwin's capable of. We just need to see it from him. And we haven't seen it in SEC play. We're seeing it in this game so far. I think he's been playing very smart, good help defense there to stop that, and then just leaving a guy wide open on the three line. Jacoby Wright with a three-pointer to make this a 2-point game. Got to play better, smarter defense. That one, that might have been on Dayton Forsyth. I think he's trying a little too much to be aggressive on defense. Now he's trying to get a little, I don't know, got to get rid of that. If he's pressing you that tough, Dayton Forsyth fumbles the ball, gets kicked back in the backfield. 2-point game right now, and they're going to a commercial break. We'll see what they could do when they come back. But right now, again, Dayton Forsyth right there, you kind of fault him a little bit for the wide open three, an easy three-pointer made. Can't let that stuff up. You've got to be a little bit more aggressive on defense. And again, I love to see what I'm seeing out of Sam Godwin so far. So far, we're seeing really good things from him. Is he able to keep that up? That's what I want to see, and I think he's the key to this team's success. When he's playing good, we're playing good. Right now, you're seeing he's playing good, and this team is ahead. They're keeping themselves ahead, and that's what we need to see. Another thing is you can't have stupid turnovers, what I call giveaways, because they're not forcing you to. You're just giving it to them. That's happened too much in the last 4 games. Happened already a couple of times in this game. Got to be smarter with the ball. Pardon me as I take a drink. I don't want to get too parched. Right now, Oklahoma up 2. So far with 10:57 left in the first half. Love to see what we're seeing from the big play right now. We saw a big play, a big stop, a big block, I should say, from Sam Godwin. He's shooting smart shots. He's finding his way down low. We need to see a little bit more of that from him. That pick and roll is dangerous when it's working with him and Jeremiah Fears, or what we just saw a little bit ago. We saw that with him and Dayton Forsyth. We need to see that a little bit more. See that really click into the game plan. That pick and roll really hasn't been there and hasn't been effective in these last 4 games that we've lost. That's what we need to see from Sam Godwin. So far, he's playing very good, very smart. He's got 2 assists, 2 shots, 2 makes, 4 points. Also had the big block there just a minute ago. Love to see that from him on defense as well. So let's see what Sam Godwin's able to do to close this game out. That's what we want to see from him. Is a good, solid game. Again, I think Oklahoma plays good when he's playing good. I think he is the key to this team's success overall. I really do. And that's what it's going to take is Sam Godwin playing his best ball. So far, it looks like he's playing very good ball. I know he's capable of more. Let's see what he could do. Jalen Moore, 1 of 3 so far, not hitting from the three-point line, just 0-1 there. Jeremiah Fears, 2 of 4. I liked the 2 that he made. Drive in, find a good shot selection, and just put easy buckets in. That's all we've got to do with Jeremiah Fears. Take this time real quick as we're waiting for gameplay to start again. Guys, if you would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us keep on growing. You can follow us on social media. We are active on Instagram now, so go check us out, Suitor Spotlight on Instagram. They're about to pass the ball back in and get going again after a very near turnover from Dayton Forsyth as he's trying to get up the court. They're kind of playing press right now. We've got to be smarter. This season right now, Oklahoma looking with a very hot start, 13-0. That's what you want to see. But then the last 4 games, that's where we're feeling like this is probably another season like what we've seen in the last 4 seasons, I guess last 3 seasons, really, with Porter Mosier, fast start, not able to do something with a talented team. Jeremiah Fears back in the game. He's running up the court. Passes over to the right. Sam Godwin's got it. Let's see what he's able to do. Jeremiah Fears, not quite there. Just a sloppy pass, a little too low. Looks like Jalen Moore even telling him, you got to get that up higher, and I've got that. That was a good read, just not a good pass. Sam Godwin playing smart on defense, pressing. Nice tip away, and it's going to go Oklahoma ball. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Get aggressive. Be smart and aggressive. Play big because you are big. Sam Godwin knows how to play defense. Right there. Beautiful. Just keep your hand where the ball is going. And you know what? If you can keep your hand keep it kind of pesky, get in there and kind of irritate them, you're going to find things like that because they're going to move that ball around a little bit. And every once in a while, they're just going to slap your hand with the ball rather than you having to do much. Jalen Moore trying to play big there. Didn't quite get the bucket to fall. I don't think that was a smart drive. I think he needed to step back and just be patient. We had some movement going. Got to wait for a guy to open up, though. That's okay. Trying to make a bucket just didn't go your way. You got to play tough defense right here. Right there. Good job. Who is that there? We got Miles. Okay, we had Duke Miles get in there, play aggressive. Looks like they're playing some press D. Not taking the foot off the pedal yet. They want to get to that quick start. They want to get to that fast start. That's what it looks like. I feel like that was kind of low effort from Jeremiah Fears there on the pass in, but that's okay. Can't expect to tip all of them. Man, that was very close to backcourt. Very good on this press defense so far. Got to get somebody up there. Sam Godwin should have cheated up a little bit, but we got the aggression on the board. There we go. Get 3 guys underneath there. Get that back. They're on the break. Fast break. Passing it in to get Sam Godwin. Smart move to try to pass it out. It got tipped. Wide open. Drives in Jalen Moore. And a foul called. There we go. Get that ball moving around. That's what we want to see. Keep that ball moving around. Jalen Moore drives in. I like that drive in. He saw it. He didn't feel confident with the 3-point shot. I'm okay with that. He found the lane. He committed to it. Drove in. Got the foul called. Now he's at the line. This is where we had a terrible time last week in the first half in particular. Makes the first one. Love to see that. Jalen Moore starting it off correct. And I think that is the first free throw of the night. I guess of the afternoon, whatever we should call it for the Oklahoma Sooners. And he goes 2 for 2, 100%. Starting us off on the right note. Great job, Jalen Moore. Career night last week. Just, can we just stop having guys have career nights? Because I think that's when we start to lose. We lose when guys have career nights. Bryson Goodine having a career night against Texas A&M. We end up losing that one and allowing them to come back. Basically felt like a 20-point loss. We had Jalen Moore have a career night last week. Last game, I should say, on Wednesday, I think that was. again, they keep on getting the rebounds. This is a third opportunity for South Carolina now because of rebounds, and they make it. That's an and one, I believe. Yep, they're giving it to him. Get the rebound. Get the rebound. What are we doing? Just sloppy. I'm not really sure about the foul being called here. I didn't see a foul. That was kind of a weak call. Misses it. Okay, we got the one-on-one in our favor. But he still made the bucket. Sorry, the and one is what I should say. Not the one-on-one. 1-and-1. Turnover by Jeremiah Fears. Turns into a quick bucket. Tied 20-20. This is what we're seeing too much of, is just being sloppy. Sloppy with the ball. They're playing press right now, a half-court press. You got to give it to South Carolina. They forced that one. That was more of a takeaway. I don't know who to fault for that. Oklahoma gets the ball back, though. Losing it out of bounds. Jeremiah Fears trying to drive down in the lane and get the pass off to Muhammad, but not quite there. You gotta score and get yourself back ahead here. Jeremiah Fears with the pass in. Oh, you gotta see Duke Miles open right there. Bryson Goodine on the three-point line, can't make it. Good rebound. Muhammad with the rebound and then a turnover. Wow. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Sloppy play. Turnovers are going to kill this team. At least we got the rebound there. Stopped them. Getting in there. Jalen Moore, layup. Easy two. Let's go. Jalen Moore looking like the guy that we knew he's capable of being coming into the season. Started off the season hot. Started off as our leading scorer. Duke Miles with the takeaway. There we go. Got a steal. Sorry, I'm going to try not to yell into the microphone, but getting a little excited, and then a giveaway. Tough defense. Got to give it to South Carolina. That was a takeaway. It wasn't much of a giveaway. But that's just frustrating. You got to hold on to the ball there. Got to be smarter with it. Good defense down low, playing big, and allows the beautiful dime there. Nice pass. Murray Boyles, I mean, that's a guy you got to watch out for. He is their key playmaker. We're up 22-20 in Lloyd Noble Center. Let's see what we can do here. It looks like a pretty empty stadium there tonight. Not quite as packed as it was on Wednesday night, but going to a commercial break right here. Right now, and since the last commercial break, what we're seeing is just turnovers. And a couple of them being giveaways. I think you're being sloppy with the ball. Dayton Forsyth almost giving it away. He didn't get charged with a turnover, but it did roll back behind him and got a restart from backcourt. And then just now we saw Jeremiah Fears give it away. We saw Muhammad give it away. Who else just now gave it away down low? Just you gotta be smarter. Got to be smarter. I think it was Jalen Moore with a turnover as well. So you got to keep the ball in your possession. If you're going to turn it over, I would much rather you turn it over off of a missed good shot, good shot selection, than just flat out giving the ball away the way we've been doing it. And so far in SEC play, we've just seen too much of these giveaways, too much of driving in down low and just sloppy ball handling. Driving in down low and you let the defense consume you. Rather than sometimes it's driving in down low and you're not being smart and try to take the shot yourself because you see the shot selection, the shot opportunity, and you end up turning it over that way. Other times it's driving down low and you just fumble the ball. And so when you're going down low and you see the defense close in, you've got to be smart enough, quick enough to be able to get rid of that and just pass it out. Because guess what? If they've got 2 or 3 guys, then guess what? You probably have an open guy out on the outer court. See, so far the first comment of the day, Sooner Yankee. Hey Josh, let's get a win today. Absolutely, man. Really hoping for it. This is one that you need as a basketball team to get going, because 0-4 in SEC play, South Carolina's in the same boat. They want this win just as bad as we do. Both of us fighting for a big time win. Let's see what we're able to do. So far, again, seeing the bigs play smart on defense, and a little bit, Sam Godwin has been playing smart on offense, taking good shot selections, been rotating a lot. I haven't seen him get down low often enough, though. I want to see him down low because what we've seen specifically, I think Michigan was a good example where we were outmanned in the big department. To be totally honest, we were outmanned in the big department. And that's okay as long as you're able to play smarter than the other team. And that's what you saw against Michigan. Oklahoma I think Sam Godwin being a big part of that, with big-time plays down low, being smart and outsmarting the other team, where this game right now, it's just, I think we might be outmanned when it comes to the bigs, but so far it's just not been smart, specifically on offense. I don't think we're playing enough of that pick and roll. It's been effective so far when we do use it, because it's either drawing the defender off, and Jeremiah Fears has had an opening to drive down, and he's had a couple of good drives, a couple of good, slashing through the lane. We haven't seen much else from him, though. So with Sam Godwin, we've seen him twice now get down low off of that pick and roll, and that's exactly what you need to do. Keep on enforcing that. Keep on pushing that. Go ahead and jump in the chat, live chat. Share this on social media. Help us get this going out. And if you guys would like to see more of this, become a member, because we're doing more watch parties for our members. That link is down in the description below. Another great way to help us out is just going and buying some merch. We've got all kinds of Sooner merch, and you can check that link down in the description as well. I see 1982. Sorry, can't tune in today. I'm in attendance at home, or at all home weekend home games. I'll see you. Proof with a pick. No, I totally understand. If you're in attendance to the home games, that's even better than tuning in here. I would much rather see you tune in, go live, because hey, I can't make all the home games, and there's a big turnover. But that was just a giveaway again. Not even as much of a turnover. Kind of weak call. Anyways, no, we need to have better home attendance. What we saw against Texas, that's the home attendance that we need to see. But then the team kind of burns people. Fans show up and show out, and then you get behind 23 points to your arch nemesis, Texas, of all teams. That's how you reward them with coming to the games. So, yeah, it's got to be better. First one's a miss. Love to see that. They're not doing too hot from the charity stripe right now. So far, South Carolina is 3 of 5. They've missed 2 of them. Shooting 60% so far. I believe Jalen Moore is the only one. Yeah, 2 of 2, just now showing that. So, and we're going to see, so it's 3 of 6 now. He makes that one to make it 4 for 7. Love to see this. We're getting Norweather in there to come on the court. Let's see what he's able to do. I want to see the bigs play a little bit more of a crucial role. That's what we've struggled with the past 3 or 4 seasons, really, ever since Porter Mosier came over, is just not being able to get the bigs. Sorry, not really sure what's happening there on the screen with the score, but maybe we can get that fixed in the background. There we go. Got it back up and running. 22-21 Sooners. Dayton Forsyth driving in. Oh, I like that shot selection, honestly. Not really sure what just now happened. My eyes went down to the scoreboard, and I looked up, and it almost looked like they passed it in, but I think the defender just kind of passed it back off the rebound. I like that shot selection from Dayton Forsyth. I'd like to see him get a little bit more aggressive like that, specifically on offense. He is an aggressive playmaker on defense. Northweather in the game for Sam Godwin. He's just not been the difference maker that we need from him. Again, we need those bigs. I don't know why we don't play him and Sam Godwin on the court together. Maybe put whichever one is the better shooter. I haven't been able to see enough of Northweather to know. I've seen him shoot a few times. Put him at power forward and then put Sam Godwin in at center. Maybe that's the route to go. I personally like old style, that old school basketball. Get those bigs in there and just work it down in the paint. But we haven't really done that a whole lot. So that's what I would like to see is get those two bigs in there, and get them outpowering teams down below. And another miss from South Carolina that's keeping us in the lead so far, not getting behind, is just them not being able to make South Carolina not being able to make the free throws. So far, they're shooting 5 of 9, 55.5%. Got to figure out what we're doing here. Taylor can't find anybody to pass to. Was that tipped? They're saying over and back. Not really sure if that was tipped or not. Obviously, they don't think it was. I'm going to trust their judgment on that. Again, just sloppy. 9 turnovers so far, and it's not even the end of the first half. This is not going well for the Sooners. Looks like Northweather coming out of the game. Sam Godwin coming back in. I guess trying to give Sam Godwin a little bit of a breather while it's... we didn't go behind. It's not like we lost the lead. We did lose the lead, but we didn't lose the lead to trail. So maybe that's okay. Number 2 there should have kept on driving down low. He was wide open down below if he would have kept on going with it. Not sure what they called there. I've got my volume off. Maybe I could turn that on so I can hear what's going on over here. Moving screen, okay. C2 should have... Man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that was worth being called. He did move his hips, but his feet were planted. Sam Godwin with the ball. I want to see him dive down low, and Kobe Elvis with the miss. That was a good shot. I like that shot. We got to get more shots like that. We've really got to get these guys feeling confident with those kind of close jump shots, mid-range jump shots. I haven't seen enough of that from this team this entire season. There's a giveaway. A giveaway from South Carolina, I should say, so the good kind of giveaway. Would like to see those. Seeing the South Carolina coach not too happy with that one. Got to be smarter. You just lost it. Jeremiah Fears coming down the court. Nice screen by Dayton Forsyth. Couldn't quite get separation there, though. Wide open over to the left. Kobe Elvis with the 3 and hits it. There we go. Back up by 3. 25-22. Sooners. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm sure that 1982 Boomer Sooner can't hear us now because he said he's at the game. But yeah, please do send me proof. I love seeing the pics from you guys at the game. I haven't been able to make really many games at all this season so far. It's been kind of a disappointment, but got busy things. That was almost a giveaway. Jeremiah Fears with it. Smart play to bounce it off the feet. But just sloppy. The fact that Sam Godwin just kind of stopped over in the corner was not a good move. We got to keep that ball movement going. That's working really well so far. We've gotten a couple of threes from that, just moving the ball around, getting an open guy. Got to keep your eye out for that open guy too. But at the same time, I don't want to see Jeremiah Fears lose sight. And there's another 3 by Kobe Elvis. Get hot. Keep on going. Up by 4. Sooners. Kobe Elvis now 3 of 3 from the three-point line with 9 points in this game. Got to see guys keep on getting hot like that. That's a good thing to see. Sloppy jump shot, but then we let the shorter guy out-rebound 3 guys up in the middle. again, not able to crash the boards, not able to win on the glass. This has been the right up there with turnovers as the biggest struggles. Hate to see this from the Sooners, but it's happening again. Got to be better on the boards. Got to be better in attacking the glass. Again, right there, that was just you had guys there, and nobody jumped up and gave an effort to winning that ball. I think if one of those bigger guys jumps up for that ball and actually gives a true 100% effort in getting the rebound, I think that one turns into an Oklahoma rebound, or at the very least, maybe you get that. Whoever that was back behind them, he was a shorter guy, 100%. Looked like I think it was maybe Davis who just got that. It was not Davis. Didn't see who ended up getting that rebound. Austin Hero gets the rebound. You're allowing them to get too many second chance shots, and there's been some where you're allowing them to get a third chance shot, and just not looking good. And so far right now, they're out rebounding the Sooners. South Carolina winning in rebounds 13-9. Total turnovers 10-9. We're winning by 1, but 9 is still too many. You can't get into the double digits. I always say between 7 to 12, really 7 to 10 is a better stat to have in terms of turnover, because it's going to happen throughout the game. But to have 9 in the first half alone, it's not looking good for the Sooners right now. You've got to be better at being smart with the ball when you're driving down low, and not to let them crowd you and just strip that ball away like we've seen a couple of times. We saw Mohammed go down low by himself and get it stripped away. We just now saw very close from between Jeremiah Fears and Sam Godwin, where they were trapped in the corner. Jeremiah Fears with the smart play to bounce it off the defender's feet. But we've got to be smarter with the ball. Got to be better in that regard. 3:42 left of the first half. We are going to kind of close up shop here after the first half, but more watch parties in the future for sure. So far, Oklahoma Sooners not doing terrible. I mean, we're looking good, shooting 55% from the field, and 3-pointers winning right now. You've got 4 3-pointers, and you're going 4 for 7. I like that. Keep that percentage high on those the 3-pointers. Keep it high from beyond the arc, 57%. Kobe Elvis hitting 3 of them for us. We had Jalen Moore, I believe, hit 1 of them for us as well. I'll double check on that. But you've got guys getting hot from beyond the 3-point line. That's what you love to see. Bryson Goodine with a 3-pointer. Jalen Moore did not hit one. So it was just Bryson Goodine, and then 3 of them from Kobe Elvis. So love to see that from beyond the arc. Got to see them keep that up. When we win games, and especially those close games, like going back to the Michigan game, winning those close games, winning those tough games, has been Oklahoma living by the 3, and we've seen them also die by the 3 in other games. We kept ourselves. The reason why Oklahoma got to such a big lead against Texas A&M was because they were living behind the arc. We had Bryson Goodine just have a career night beyond the arc with 9 3-pointers by himself. But you also die from the 3, and we've seen that in the past as well. So you've got to stay hot beyond the arc. Love to see that. 3-pointer from South Carolina does not go, and giving the ball away. Got a jump ball, gives it to Oklahoma. I need to see a change in ruling for college basketball, and I'm sure I don't know anyone that would disagree. Jump balls need to be jump balls. I don't like letting Kobe Elvis run the offense. He's a great player, love what he's capable of. Should have seen him down low there, Jeremiah, but pretty far past. Would have been a tough one. That was close to a travel. I don't like to see Kobe Elvis controlling the offense, though. We've seen too many turnovers. Almost an and one. Nice shot selection. Got Duke Miles there. He's been our highlight player today. As if you see the social media post that went out, and then also the thumbnail for this one goes to Duke Miles. Trying to change that up each game. I'm sure we'll end up repeating him eventually, but so far I feel like he's been a big part of this game so far without really having his name called. So, I mean, I like what I'm seeing from Duke Miles. Although I think there's been a few people that would maybe like to see some of his minutes go over to Dayton Forsyth. Totally understand that because Dayton Forsyth plays kind of that menace role on defense. Like to see that from him. 2-2 right there from Duke Miles. 2-2 from the line there on that run. A sloppy pass there. South Carolina comes up to get across. Sloppy 3-pointers. I'm seeing a lot of 3-pointers being shot that are just not good shot selections from South Carolina. Wide open shot there. That was a good shot selection, but it doesn't go. You got to be able to make those. Kobe Elvis, not a good shot there. Good shot selection, wide open. Sam Godwin keeping the screen, helping with the separation there. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Davis just kind of let that one go out of bounds. Oh, sorry, not Davis. I was right. I thought it was number 2. It was number 1. Just let that go out of bounds. Not really sure what was going through his brain not to try something. Sooner Yankee says, need to extend this before half. Absolutely. We've got to get out to that quick start. That hasn't happened really all season long. That was kind of sloppy to have your point guard. That was on Sam Godwin, in my opinion. Can't have your point guard driving down with your center on the pick and roll. But a huge takeaway. Jalen Moore with the big-time dunk. Sooners up by 8, 32-24. Sloppy, but Sam Godwin turns around and gets it. I mean, he's sloppy on offense, but he turns around and he's playing tremendous on defense right there. Gets the takeaway. Wow, no offensive foul there. I'm very shocked, and that kind of gives us a disadvantage. Can't blame the Sooners there. I felt like that was... You have a guy go down, not really sure if it was a foul or not, but then you're just outmanned. You got to get more of those fast break. That's what Oklahoma was so good at in those first 13 games. Jalen Moore just throwing it down. That looked aggressive too. Love to see that from him. See another miss right here. Yeah. Oh, man. Barely bounces in. Good bounce from him. Got the and one. Sooners only up by 5. Again, going back to your comment, Sooner Yankee, we need to extend this. Not really extending it enough. Keeping it at 5, 6. Let's see if we can make it 7 right here with Jeremiah Fears. Good shot, man. I like that. We need to see more of that from him, but just a little too tough. Got to see the soft touch on that one. Man, I'm surprised there wasn't a foul one way or the other on that. Huge collision. And Jalen Moore acting aggressive on the boards. There we go. Listening to my advice. Timeout by Kobe Elvis there. South Carolina in position to make that rebound. And we get Jalen Moore aggressive and stripping that away to get the rebound. Love to see that. That's what we needed to see all season. Where have we been at, Jalen? Where we been at? I feel like too many times you see the Sooners just kind of act way too relaxed when they're underneath the glass and allowing teams to just jump right over the top of them. But in this game so far, it's been very close, very, very even, but we need to see more of that. Jalen Moore helping out there. I mean, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. I mean, he's not stocky, but he's tall. He's capable of jumping and getting up there. I mean, we just saw him get up there and climb the ladder to throw that ball down. We saw him attempt it earlier and get fouled. And then we just now saw him get aggressive and strip that ball away to get the rebound. Love to see that from him. Only behind by 3 in the rebounds selection. What's killing us is allowing offensive rebounds. I don't care so much if we don't get offensive rebounds as long as we're getting all of the defensive rebounds. That's where it's at. You can't give up offensive rebounds. That's what we've been doing too much of, and it's been killing us. Killing us. Big time moment right here with a minute left. See what we can do before we close this in. Dayton Forsyth passes it in backcourt. Jeremiah Fears coming up the court. Being patient, looking around. Gets it down low to Jalen Moore. Looks like a foul called on South Carolina. It's going to be a pass in. Dayton Forsyth passing it in to Kobe Elvis. He wanted to. Got a little twitchy on that. Man. Sam Godwin fumbles it, gets tripped. 11 turnovers in this first half alone. That's as many as I would want to have all game, worst case scenario. You got to cut that down to single digits. We got to go back to our roots of what we started off in this season. Can't turn the ball over this many times. 49.2 seconds left. Pass in right now. Pesky defense. Not allowing them to get up court. Man, did that not bounce back onto Conyers there? I like the trap defense like that. That was a great job by the defense to keep him back court. Very smart by 21 there, Conyers, to kind of throw that back without even being able to see him back there, but be able to get it off of him. Talented and good awareness. They're going to go on a 30-second break. We're just going to sit here and hope that the Sooners can just score one more, at least. Love to see a three-pointer. Let's get. I don't know who else is going to come out on the court, but let's get Bryson Goodine. I don't know. I want to see him get hot just because we know what he's capable of. But at this point, I will take Kobe Elvis hitting another three-pointer. He's been looking good when we can get him open. 3 of 3. But Bryson Goodine, 50% right now. Love to see him. Love to see him do something. Kobe Ellis is 3 for 4 from the 3-point line right now. Again, biggest one right now that stands out to me on the team stats is turnovers. Double digits in turnovers. Gotta work on that. It's terrible. Hate to see that from the Sooners. Turnovers are absolutely killing them. Passes it in. Man, barely gets that over before the 8-second violation. Good defense. Force them to take another bad 3-point shot. Slow it down. You can close out the half. The Sooners can close out the half here. Jeremiah Fears taking his time. This is the guy that you need to have it in his hands. Oh, man. That was a good move from the offense. I felt like that was very smooth, nice passing around, and able to get it to Jalen Moore, who ends up driving in. Nice attempt at the pass there. Couldn't quite get it because of the foul. Let's see if he can keep us 100% at halftime from the line. First one, good. Love to see that from him. Make one more. Makes the second one too. Had to look back down at the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen because that seems to be just barely ahead, about 2 seconds ahead of what I'm at here on the stream. But Jeremiah Fears comes off to rest for this last 3.7 seconds. South Carolina just heaves one up, I assume. Yep. Oh, he made it. Wow. Ugasuk with the bucket. Wow. That feels like a gut punch. We had to push it out and do something before half. We get ahead by 7 points. And Ugasuk just nails almost a half-court shot to make it only a 4-point game at half. Hate to see that. But overall, right now, Sooners, I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. They're up at halftime. We need to keep this momentum going into the second half, and it's been a good game plan so far going against South Carolina. I know they're 0-4 in conference, but they're still a tough team. This is still one that we should be able to win. This is one that we should be, especially at halftime, being up 4 points. It doesn't take anything special. It doesn't take getting on a big run. We've seen Oklahoma turn on the Jets in the second half basically every game so far, going back to the first 13 games. And even in these last, really the last 4 games, we've seen moments where they've done that. Obviously, Texas A&M being the one that they kind of crumbled in the second half. But we've seen them stay hot in the second half almost every game this season. We've got to see them keep that going in this second half. This second half is huge. If the Oklahoma Sooners lose this one, you pretty much put yourself out of, not completely out of it, but you make it very difficult to get your hopes up for anything postseason. NIT is not going to cut it anymore. Sooner fans want to see their basketball team doing well, specifically the men's basketball team. The Sooners women's basketball team, make sure to tune in and watch them tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time against one of the best college basketball teams of all time, women's basketball teams of all time, one of the best. Hard to argue against that. But right now, shooting 50% beyond the arc, 52% overall from the field. Sooners are looking okay on offense. It's just been the turnovers, and you know what? They're keeping themselves in it against the glass. They're pressing the glass. They're getting up there and getting some rebounds. You like to see that from them. You've seen some aggression on rebounds, and so you love to see that much. But you've got to keep that going. You got to get better on rebounds. You can't keep on losing the rebound battle. You've got to attack the glass and do something there. And the biggest one is turnovers. 11 turnovers. I know we forced 12. So you kind of wash it out. But how much better would this lead be if we didn't turn it over 11 times? If you're able to cut that down into half, let's say just over half, let's be optimistic and say we're able to cut 6 of those turnovers off, which I think at least 6 of those were just simple giveaways. Jeremiah Fears not being able to get rid of the ball at half court and they get an easy breakaway score. You saw it down low where Mohammed gets cornered and gives the ball up. If you're able to cut that down to just 5 turnovers at half, how much better would this lead be, and how much more confident do you go into the second half knowing that you've got more than just a 4-point lead? It feels good so far. It feels like we're on the right track. It feels like the Sooners are doing what they've got to do in order to win this game, but we'll see whenever they go back out for the second half. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. If you would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and consider becoming a member today. We're going to do more of these watch parties, but full-length watch parties, and doing a little bit more with those watch parties for our members. So make sure, if you would just help us out. That's a huge way to help us out. Again, we're not ever trying to pretend to be the insiders. We get information from insiders and react on it. We give you our opinions. That's about it. And we're trying to grow a community here, so we would love it if you would just consider clicking that link down in the description and becoming a member today to help us keep on growing. And we want to do more for you guys as our members. So make sure to do that. Help us out. If not, you can always go over to Soonerspotlight.com, check out everything that we do. And we also have a merch store up there as well. So go check that out and help us out. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Boomer.